Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but I have been noticing a very interesting thing kind of going on TikTok recently that I wanted to put my 2 cents in because this is actually kind of relevant to my life currently. As some of you may know, or not know, I'm currently studying in 3D animation and 3D modeling as a new career path. So something very interesting that I have been seeing and hearing about is something called quiet quitting. And the whole concept of quiet quitting is basically doing what you have been contracted to do and no more. And as somebody who has been taken advantage of in the workplace before, like something like this, a movement like this cannot make me any happier. Recently in my classes that I've been taking for 3D animation, I have been really fortunate to have a really great teacher who's actually been in the industry, who's worked in Hollywood and things like that. And he did these mock interviews that were really interesting experience because they do a lot of things to test you and to make sure that you are, basically okay to get into such a tough industry that is like 3D animation and things like that. I ended up scoring the second best in the class, and when I talked to my teacher about it, he let me know that the reason why I didn't win is, one, the girl did really good. Like, the other girl that got past me was really good. I'm so happy for her. She was super awesome. The other thing, which I found really stunning and important, was he told me that during my interview, I had said that I am a very loyal worker. I'm willing to stay, like, as long as the company treats me right. And he goes, they will eat you alive. That is so toxic. He's like, they will take advantage of you. And it really got me thinking. I have been so unhappy in almost every job I've held. And it was so just kind of like taking a step back and going, I have been taken advantage of multiple times. And I've just kind of been okay with it. So it's just really, I've always been really taken advantage of in my past jobs and in my current one. And he let me know, he's like, you need to set clear boundaries. You need to do the work that's asked of you. And, like, yes, in this industry, there are things that you are going to have to go above and beyond on because it's a tough industry. Like, there's a lot of shit that you have to get through and deadlines and stuff like that. And something I've kind of learned over taking my demo reel class, that you need to put yourself into the work. But you also need to understand that that's not normal for all of the time. And something that's just been really interesting is it's still happening. I'm still letting my current job, because I work part-time even though I go to school, that I still was letting my current job take advantage of me. And I was letting them. Like, something interesting is I've started implementing, not like, I think quiet quitting is such a dumb name for this, by the way. I think it's just doing the job that you are being paid for. Quiet quitting just sounds stupid, in my opinion. You're not quietly quitting. You are doing your job that you're being paid for. So something that I've started doing currently, and I have gotten loads more respect at work for doing this. Like, I've always been pretty well liked at my jobs. Like, it doesn't matter what job I've worked at. Like, I've never been fired before. Like, I've been let go due to the pandemic, but I've never been fired before. I'm kind of a pushover. I don't like conflict. I don't like confrontation. It makes me very nervous. But I've started standing up for myself. It's so important. It's way more important than I gave it credit for. Just an example, there was this guy who I had worked with before, and I worked with for years, and he was taking advantage of me. Like, not like weird or something like that, just work-wise. He was taking advantage of me. Like, I was doing a job and I would let him know if there was something that he needed to do, and he would do the absolute bare minimum and then make me finish it. And I was just kind of doing it because I was frustrated, and even though I would leave subtle hints basically going like, hey, like, please do this, and he wouldn't. And ever since I had that conversation with my teacher, I have been like, I finally went like, and I've been talking to my boss about it too. My boss didn't like the behavior either. She was already going to be addressing it, but I thought at this time I was just like, I need to stop doing this. I need to stop letting people who I had felt like had higher seniority bully me into doing their work for them, and letting people know that I have boundaries. This is what I'm contracted to do, and if you want more than that, you have to pay me for it. I basically I started being more firm, polite. I'm very polite. I'm an extremely polite person for the most part. Like, I understand how to conduct myself in a professional manner. But I have started putting those boundaries up and going, no, I'm not doing this anymore. This is your job. I should not be doing your job on top of my job. I'm already slammed. Like, we are in the busiest season for our company. I am stressed out. I go to school. Like, yes, I may only be part-time, but that doesn't mean that my work is any less than yours. And it has been an immense relief. I am finally getting sleep. I'm still having stressful days, like, because it's a stressful job. And I won't be discussing what that job is, just for my own privacy's sake. But it's there's not quite the feeling that I can express to just emphasize what a relief it's been to finally just go, I don't want to do your job anymore. I don't want to do it. Like, I want to do what I have been asked, and that's it. Because this job is not my life. I'm going to school for another job because I want a change. And I understand that, like, some people want to be in those kind of jobs their whole life and they have other things that they do, but that's not me. And I refuse to let somebody take advantage of me anymore. It doesn't always work out. Like, sometimes I need help. It helps getting into a good relationship with your boss and, like, having somebody that you respect having your back. I just wanted to say my 2 cents and how powerful that advice was to me from my teacher. Do what's asked of you, and don't hurt yourself doing more. It's not worth it. Unless, like, I used to bend and break my back for a promotion, and I was teased with it for years. And then when I had finally gotten that promotion, I was going to be paid less than the people that I was taking over because I didn't have an experience, or I wasn't, even though I was already doing that job. Like, it was such a lack of respect from the company. And it wasn't my boss's fault. I'm going to play that out right now. It wasn't my boss's fault, because she fought for me. Because I had that good relationship with her, because she was a good person, like, you have to fight for yourself, and you have to take care of yourself, because these large corporations don't want to do that. Like, they want to make the most money they want to use you for the most money that they can, because that's economically smart for them. But that doesn't mean that it's good for you. I'm rambling at this point, but there's nothing wrong with just doing your job and going home at the end of the day. And if anybody makes you feel any lesser than that, maybe that's not the job for you. Maybe that's not the people you want to surround yourself with. Life's too short. Life is too short for you to live every single day stressed out, for people to be being cruel to you for no reason. Like, do what's right by you. At the end of the day, you are the only person that truly understands what's going in your own head and knows what's happening. I don't know how to end this. Yeah. Take care of you, because nobody else will.